India. Think about it for a second. A civilization going back, what, millennia?
Yeah, truly ancient.
And now it's this really dynamic force in the 21st century.
Absolutely.
So what if we could sort of cut through all the noise, and maybe understand its core essence, but through the eyes of AI?
You mean like looking at what the algorithms flag as most significant?
Exactly. That's what we're trying to do in this deep dive today.
Right. And what's really fascinating, I think, is just the sheer amount of digital information India generates. It's this constant stream.
Data everywhere.
Yeah, research papers, news, economic data, social media trends. AI can analyze all of that. So our mission here really is to pull together these AI perspectives.
To give you, the listener, the crucial insights.
And maybe some surprising angles too, right? On the tech rise, the culture, which is incredibly rich, the economy, its global role.
Yeah, without getting totally lost in the weeds.
Exactly. A shortcut to understanding this complex place.
Okay, so let's dive right in then. Technology and innovation AI seems to see India making, well, serious waves there.
Oh, definitely. It consistently flags India as a major global player. You've got the big established tech giants we all know, like Infosys, TCS.
Sure, household names.
But then there's also this incredible energy coming from places like Bangalore. AI often points that out, just the sheer density of startups there.
But it's not just saying, oh, it's the next Silicon Valley, is it?
Yeah.
AI sees something maybe more unique.
Yeah, I think that's right. What's insightful is how AI seems to recognize the specific conditions, driving India's tech boom.
Okay.
So yes, you have that massive young population, digitally native, a growing middle class. All true.
Yeah.
But AI also points to a distinct sort of entrepreneurial culture,
Yeah.
sometimes born out of, well, necessity, resourcefulness.
Right, that Jugaad idea we hear about sometimes.
We'll probably touch on that later, yeah. But the point is, while people make the Silicon Valley comparison, the AI analysis suggests India is really forging its own path, driven by its own needs, its own opportunities.
And AI seems to back this up with concrete examples, doesn't it? Like Aadhaar comes up a lot.
That huge digital ID system, yeah. Billions of authentications processed. It's mind-boggling.
Or UPI, the payments interface. I saw a stat somewhere. In 2023, over 100 billion transactions.
That scale, it just dwarfs so many other national payment systems. It's really something.
And then you have these homegrown companies like Zomato in food delivery or Baiju's in ed tech becoming global names.
Exactly. And AI doesn't just see these as like one-offs. It views them as connected parts of this bigger digital transformation story. Plus, the algorithms consistently highlight the government's strategic focus on tech, especially through NTI-AOG.
That's the government think tank, right?
Yeah, the National Institution for Transforming India. Their 2018 National AI Strategy is key here.
And the goal is AI sees it.
Well, it seems to understand the core aim is leveraging AI not just for, say, economic growth, but to tackle fundamental challenges. Things like healthcare, agriculture, building smarter cities.
Right, using AI for social good, essentially.
That seems to be a major thread AI picks up on.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit, because this is where, for me, AI's view on India gets really nuanced. The culture, the diversity.
Oh, yeah. It's staggering.
I mean, what is it, over 22 official languages? Just a kaleidoscope of religions, traditions.
It's immense, and AI doesn't just see that as like a static picture, does it? It gets that it's a dynamic force.
How so?
Well, connecting back to that bigger picture AI is painting, it seems to recognize this deep cultural mix as both a powerful engine and also a complex challenge.
Right, two sides of the same coin.
Exactly. So on one hand, the analysis suggests this diversity fuels incredible creativity, resilience. I mean, think about the adaptability you need in that kind of environment.
Sure, navigating all those different contexts.
But on the other hand, AI also flags the potential difficulties. Getting national consensus, implementing policies uniformly across such a varied landscape. It can be tough.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yet, the overall AI perspective seems to be one of maybe admiration for India's ability to somehow celebrate all these differences while still pushing forward.
It's fascinating, too, how AI itself might be used to, protect and even amplify that cultural heritage.
How do you mean?
Well, I've seen examples using neural networks to help restore intricate details in, say, Mughal art.
Oh, interesting.
Or even things like Spotify using AI to curate really specific Carnatic music playlists. Or museums using AR, augmented reality, to show you more about Indus Valley artifacts right there in front of you.
Right. It's like tech becoming a kind of cultural guardian almost.
Yeah.
And AI algorithms are definitely getting more sophisticated at that, preserving culture, making it accessible globally. And what's really interesting there is how AI can spot patterns, connections within huge cultural data sets.
Things a human might miss.
Potentially, yeah. Leading to maybe new insights, a deeper appreciation of India's heritage.
Okay, let's turn to the economy now. AI's analysis here seems to show this picture of, well, rapid growth.
Definitely, the growth figures are impressive.
But it doesn't gloss over the challenges, does it? Issues like poverty, unemployment, infrastructure gaps,
Yeah.
they're still very real.
That's a critical point. AI doesn't give you a simple one-sided story. It acknowledges the huge economic leaps India has made, but it also consistently flags those persistent disparities, the systemic issues that remain.
So what about government efforts? Does AI pick up on things like Digital India or Make in India?
Oh, yes. Those initiatives are definitely seen by AI as key strategies. Digital India trying to boost the digital infrastructure and literacy, and Make in India focusing on strengthening manufacturing domestically. AI sees these as important steps to tackle those challenges and, drive more economic development.
And then there's India's place on the world stage. Geopolitics. AI clearly sees it as a major player.
Absolutely crucial. It often gets characterized as a kind of bridge between the East and the West.
Why that specific framing?
Well, factors like its strategic location, obviously, significant military strength, plus its very active diplomatic engagement across the board, AI algorithms analyzing global power dynamics consistently place India as pivotal.
And it's managing relationships with everyone, isn't it? The US, China, Russia. It's complex.
Very complex. And that ability to navigate those diverse, sometimes competing relationships is seen as a defining feature of its strategic importance, especially in this increasingly multipolar world we're in.
That balancing act.
That careful balancing act, yeah. That's a recurring theme in the AI analyses.
So, okay, let's try and bring this all together. We've got the tech power, the cultural richness, the economic path, the global significance. What's the sort of overarching picture from AI's point of view? I've even heard India described as a data gold mine because of all this complexity.
That's a really insightful way to frame it. Think about it. Immense, diverse population, tons of languages, huge range of socioeconomic conditions.
Yeah.
The data India generates, if handled ethically, of course, offers this unique chance to train AI models to be more, inclusive, more context-aware.
So helping AI understand humanity better almost.
That's the potential, yes. It could lead to AI systems that really grasp the nuances of human behavior, social structures across different cultures, not just Western ones.
But surely applying AI in a place like India, this huge, vibrant, sometimes chaotic democracy, that must present unique problems.
Oh, definitely. Hurdles abound.
I mean, India itself often defies easy labels. How can prediction models even cope?
Well, that really highlights the limits of AI, doesn't it? Predicting human behavior in super complex, fast-changing places.
Yeah.
India, with its democratic processes, all these different forces interacting, it can definitely throw up outcomes that algorithms wouldn't predict.
Right.
And this is where AI also seems to pick up on that concept you mentioned earlier, Jugad.
The resourceful innovation.
Exactly, that problem solving, often with limited resources. AI seems to recognize that as a key trait of India's tech and innovation scene, making things work against the odds.
And we can't ignore the whole bias issue, can we? If AI models are mostly trained on Western data.
They might just not work well or fairly in India.
Yeah. So initiatives like Google's Project Vizani, collecting all those different Indian dialects, that seems critical.
Absolutely vital. Tackling that data imbalance is crucial if AI is going to be effective and equitable in India. Building data sets that truly reflect the country's diversity. It's a huge job.
Essential.
And then you've got the ethical questions around how AI is actually used. Things like, say, facial recognition in crowded cities.
Or how algorithms affect gig workers' pay.
Right. These are active areas of debate and increasingly regulation, like the Digital Personal Data Protection Act from 2023. That's a step.
But looking at the flip side, the potential benefits. AI seems to offer some really promising solutions for India's specific challenges too, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The potential upside is enormous.
Like using AI in healthcare to reach rural areas that are underserved.
Exactly. Or providing farmers with, really accurate crop forecasts based on real-time data, helping them make better decisions.
Optimizing renewable energy use. Flood prediction.
All of those. AI algorithms are increasingly being deployed to tackle some of India's biggest societal issues. Platforms improving healthcare access, government programs giving data-driven advice to farmers, projects optimizing energy grids, even disaster management improving early warnings.
It makes you wonder, can AI help us understand how India manages this duality? The super fast modernization happening right alongside these incredibly deep-rooted traditions.
That's a profound question.
Or the contrasts, like having a space program launching rockets to the moon while also dealing with persistent poverty.
It's stark, isn't it? And the AI analysis, being data-driven, seems to suggest that maybe India's unique path offers valuable lessons. Lessons in how societies can manage these complex juxtapositions.
So it's not just a contradiction, but maybe a source of strength.
Perhaps. Maybe India's ability to hold both tradition and modernity simultaneously is part of its resilience, its adaptability, something AI is starting to recognize. And you see that resilience in the sheer number of people, startups, working on solutions to all these challenges.
Right. So as we wrap up this deep dive into AI's view of India, what are the main takeaways? What stands out?
Well, I think the big picture, synthesizing all these AI perspectives, is that India is just profoundly dynamic, multifaceted. It's this captivating mix of ancient heritage and absolutely cutting-edge innovation. It's clearly seen as a major force, and a growing one, in tech and on the world stage. Geopolitically vital.
And complex.
Incredibly complex. Ultimately, AI seems to see India not just as, another country on the map, but almost as a phenomenon, something constantly evolving that offers really invaluable lessons.
The lessons for understanding global development.
Yeah, and the role AI itself will play in our diverse world future.
That's a really powerful way to frame it. And it definitely leaves me thinking, as AI keeps analyzing India, interacting with its complexity, what other unexpected insights might pop up?
Could be anything.
Things that might actually reshape how we understand global progress.
Yeah.
Or even cultural evolution. Definitely food for thought.
Indeed. And we hope you, the listener, feel encouraged to dig deeper into some of this stuff. Maybe look up some of those initiatives we mentioned.
Consider the potential and the challenges of AI in diverse societies.
Exactly. Just keep learning about this truly remarkable, constantly changing nation.